we are going all the way out to San Francisco, California. We got soon to be Dr. Karwanna D in the building, and she is a government contract specialist. Karwanna, I want to say welcome to BSN Speaker Spotlight, and please let the people know a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me, Brian. I think this is a super amazing network that you have. I am Karwanna D, government contract strategist, and I actually teach high performing entrepreneurs how to make millions pitching and winning government contracts, specifically, Black and brown business owners and women in business. And over the years, what I've learned is that the government definitely spends multiple trillions of dollars per year, and of that, there's upwards of 26% that's specifically earmarked for Black and brown business owners, as well as for women-owned businesses and those who are in a position of disadvantage. And in basically, what I do is I show you exactly how to go after that money that's specifically set aside for you, and that's what I do.
Look, you didn't say millions. I didn't hear you say billions. You said trillions.
Trillions, yes.
Listen, so this is important. I hope we got some people's attention.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, let me dive a little bit into your background really quickly, because I know you've been kind of a serial entrepreneur. I know you built two pretty successful businesses prior to what you're doing now. So can you just give us some insight into how you got started on this journey?
Yeah, so years ago, actually, I started my first business a little over 15 to 17 years ago. And I was really just looking for a way to be able to stay home with my kids and not have to worry about missing out on the first moments, the first steps, and the first words of their lives by, working for, of course, a traditional 9 to 5. And so during the journey, in entrepreneurship, like, of course, I made a lot of mistakes, and I actually tried to build business the traditional way that we all learn, which is number one, that it's going to take 2 to 5 years to grow a business. You need startup capital, you need to do this and do that. So I did those things and still ended up broke, still ended up struggling, and I really needed to find a way to build that business the right way, to not have to worry about whether or not I'm going to have to go back to a traditional 9 to 5. Hence, I discovered what I coined the $1 trillion secret to government contracts, which actually flipped and transformed the way that I even viewed business for me. And it turned out that you don't have to wait 2 to 5 years to be successful in business. Actually, you can be highly profitable. And we're talking about making millions of dollars within your first 6 to 12 months in business if you're doing business with the right player. And that is the US government. So after learning that, for my own business, I actually created a second company which is a consulting firm, teaching other entrepreneurs exactly how I did it and exactly how they can do it too. And they're getting actually, landing their first $250,000 contracts, first $1 million contracts, and all those different things by leveraging the laws that govern small businesses and how the government is obligated to pay small businesses for their services.
Wow, this is I have like 80 more questions for you, but I'm gonna try to consolidate these down
Yeah.
in a way that's consumable. But obviously, this is a deep area. So my next question is around so working with the government, right? I think when people just hear that, there's probably a series of either misconceptions or ideas around what that process probably looks like. What do you feel like entrepreneurs typically get wrong, or some of those common misconceptions about what it actually is like about working with, the federal government?
Absolutely. So, one of the biggest misconceptions is most entrepreneurs don't even think that the government will buy what they're selling. When you think government contracts, number one, you're thinking, Air Force, military, Navy, and all those things. And those things may be true as well. But literally, what I like to share is like, is the eye-opening part that the government buys everything. In fact, if you actually just do an assessment of what's in front of you right now, whether like this microphone that's in front of me, the lights that are, that's shining on me, the shirt that I'm wearing, the accessories, the government buys all of that. In fact, when I think about the government, really what I had to learn that made it easier, for me to kind of grasp the concept that the government buys everything is like, well, the government agencies are full of people, right? And those people consume everything from services to products, which includes food and cleaning, which also includes like hair prosthetics as well. In fact, I have clients that are selling prosthetic wigs, clients that are selling notary services, clients that are selling PowerPoint services. And so there is a litmus test that I like to encourage people to at least ask themselves. And that is, who's buying my stuff? And if somebody is buying it, then guess what? The government will buy it as well. And so, yeah, so that literally opens the door to everything. It leaves no stone unturned.
Perfectly said. Now, there are people already in the comments asking how to get in contact with you. So I'll just put this here now. Blackspeakersnetwork.com. This is for all the speakers that we're talking to, but Karwanna is there. If you type her name into the Black Speakers Network directory, blackspeakersnetwork.com/speaker dash directory, or you just click speaker directory, you'll find her. And she's the only Karwanna. So very easy. And then all of her information is there. You can go to our website and connect with her directly. Now, my last question, or second to last question, one, now that you also have founded She Got Goals Academy. So I want to talk a little bit about that in case we know what you can do for entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But can you tell us a little bit about the academy? Because I think, first of all,
Yeah.
I like the name. She
Thank
Got Goals.
you.
Like,
Thank
can
you.
you tell us a little bit about what that is and who that's meant for?
Yeah. So initially, She's Got Goals was actually designed to empower and educate women in business in particular on showing them on how to start a business and how to become very profitable in your business by selling to the government. Now we also serve men because, of course, he's got goals too. And I found that a lot of men were like, "Well, what about us? Like, we want to learn how to do this stuff too." And there are contracts for men. Men fall into the small business or minority business area as well. And so now we serve everyone. But She's Got Goals Academy just makes it easier. Like, we have a system and a blueprint to show people how to get started and get results much faster than trying to figure it out on their own. Now, a lot of times people are trying to start or figure out government contracting. It may take them 3 to 5 years or even longer before they even get to step one, right? But what we've done is we've compressed all of the success steps in order that people will have to take in order for them to be able to get faster results. And with this proven system, we have clients that are landing contracts within their first 5 to 6 weeks, within the first 3 to 6 months on average. And we're not talking about pennies. We're talking about life-changing transformation, which is the most reason why I'm so passionate about educating business owners, because not only can this help you do things like buy the black back, right? Which is like one of our biggest concerns is like gentrification, but it also allow us to be philanthropists and all of those amazing things that we want to do, create generational wealth and more.
This is such an exciting area that we're definitely going to have to dive deeper into, Karwanna. But it to me, it kind of blows my mind because sometimes we could feel like we're operating in scarcity, and this really kind of just speaks to the notion of like knowledge is power, but only
Absolutely.
applied knowledge and where to get it. And so this
Yes.
is definitely one of those areas. But as we wrap up, I want to make sure that people know, what is your legacy? Like, what do you want people to remember about the incredible work that you're doing?
So I coined my knowledge about government contracting as the $1 trillion secret, right? I want to be known as the person that revealed and shared the secret to every entrepreneur who truly wanted to leverage your business as a wealth building vehicle to generate generational wealth. So that's what I want to be known as, the person that just, let the whistle out of the bag per se, because so many people have this type of success and they want to keep the information to themselves. Like, I want people to know, I want you to be empowered, to be educated, and I want to be left known for the impact that I'm creating globally in Black and brown businesses.
Perfectly said. Listen, the cat is out of the bag. You heard it here on Black Speakers Network. It's $1 trillion out there, so y'all better go get it. But listen, Karwanna, Dr. Karwanna, this has been eye-opening, enlightening. Thank you so much for sharing. And again, if you want to connect, make sure you head on over to blackspeakersnetwork.com, click on speaker directory, and go find Karwanna and make sure that you get connected to these $1 trillion that are out here. But Karwanna, thank you so much. And thanks for, again, being part of the Black Speakers Network
Thank you
community
for
as
having
well.
me.
Keep up the amazing work. You are
Thank you.
welcome.